Hello everyone, this is Trey with Texas Sports TV, and Texans will beat the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be a pre-game breakdown. It's not going to be posted right before the game, but hey, it's still a pre-game breakdown where I'm going to talk about exactly how the Texans are going to beat the Bills, where our strengths are, where their strengths are, our weaknesses, their weaknesses, and where we are going to be able to overtake them. Because honestly, Texans should win this, especially if Bill O'Brien truly is a really good coach. So, the Texans, again, the strong suit for the Texans, strong suit for the Bills. Strong suit for Texans is the offense, strong suit for the Bills is defense. So, I'm going to talk about that first, with the Texans scoring 378 points on the season, 14th in the NFL, and the Bills scoring 259, allowing 259 points on the season, second in the NFL. Now, the Texans pass offense, Watson had a 98.0 passer rating, a really good year for him. 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And 14th in yards per game, 10th in rating. Our pass offense is 14th in yards per game. Our pass offense is 10th in rating. And our pass offense is 6th in completion percentage. And Hopkins had 104 receptions, 1,165 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Not the best year for him. It's down from, but it don't matter. It's still a really good year for the Houston Texans. But our passing like that, we're really good. We're still going to get those plays down, okay? But the Bills are also going to be able to stop a lot of those plays. White has 58 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 17 pass deflections. The Bills as a defense as a whole has allowed 45.1 passer ratings allowed, 7th in the NFL, and 52.8 completion percentage allowed. Now, the Bills defense is ranked 3rd, and they're 3rd in yards allowed per game. They're 3rd in pass. They're tied for 5th in passing, for passing yards allowed to wide receivers, and they're 2nd in yards allowed to tight ends. And well, when it comes to Phelps, the Texans are really good with the tight end too. So again, this is going to be Texans are going to be able to make plays, and the Bills are going to be able to make plays. Texans Fells 34 receptions, 341 yards, 7 touchdowns, and Texans are 5-0 when Fells scored a touchdown. So, and like I said, the Texans, great passing offense, and the Bills, great passing defense. That could go either way, honestly. But Texans are going to be able to make plays. The Bills' defense are going to be able to make plays. But here's where we could take an advantage on offense. The Bills are tied for 19th in rushing yards allowed to running backs. And why is that important? They allow yards from the running backs. They allow the running backs to run, and they allow running backs to catch the ball and run, and they allow quarterbacks to run. Watson has 413 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. Hyde, his first 1,000 rushing yard season, 1,070 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 4.4 yards per carry. Johnson's 44 receptions, 410 yards, 303 touchdowns. So when it comes to passing the ball deep, it could go either way. But it really could go either way. But with the two punch we have in the rush and in the running backs, with Hyde running the ball really well, Johnson catching and running the ball really well, and and Watson being able to be a running quarterback, he can run and get into touchdowns. We should be able to use that against the Bills and do really, really well. When it comes to, it could go either ways, the passing, but if we can get that running game established, we're going to break through that defense. We can do that. We got a good 1-2 punch with a running back. We got a good quarterback that can run. Yeah. But our defense isn't really that good. But the Bills' offense isn't the best either. The Bills have scored 314 points, 23rd in the NFL, and the Texans have allowed 385 points, including the game where the starters were rested. Just like the Bills, the game starters were rested, and the Texans were 19th. And well, the Bills, Allen again hasn't not the greatest numbers, but he has rushed for 510 yards, and he leads in uh, quarterback rushing touchdowns with 9. He has 4.7 yards per carry. Throwing not the best. 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 85.3 rating. Again, not horrible, but again, not a really great top tier. Their passing offense has it's 200, they go 281 yards per game, which is 26th in the NFL. Their completion percentage is 31st in the NFL, and their rating is 26th in the NFL. The Texans third down defense though, and our red zone defense. This is where we struggle the most. It's a huge problem. The Texas defense isn't that good. Our third down defense, 31st. Our red zone, we are the worst. We're 29th in yards allowed per game. We're 25th in quarterback rating allowed. We're 20th in completion percentage allowed. We're 24th in yards per attempt. We're 25th in 20 plus uh, plays. We allow the big plays, and 25th in yards per carry. And yeah, the Bills, again, not a great offense, but they're ranked 14th in 20 plus yards, and yards per carry 13th, yards per attempt 19th. But they, in order for those big plays to develop, even though they're doing 14th, it's probably they're playing a lot of close games. It's probably what they have to do, which is why they're probably ranked so high. But again, they don't protect the quarterback. Our quarterback isn't that well protected either, but he's Houdini. He's gotten out of a lot of sacks this year. And the Bills, they've allowed 40 sacks. But at the same time, Texans 31st in pressures and tied for 26 in sacks. Here's the thing though, even though we're not good in that area, guess what? We're getting JJ Watt back that game. And JJ Watt, he could explode. Okay, this is JJ Watt we're talking about. Never doubt him, just like never doubt Tom Brady, never doubt JJ Watt. He may have down games, but I'm going to trust JJ Watt when it matters. Okay? And he's had 4 sacks in 8 games, so about 1 sack every 2 games, and who knows, he might have 2 sacks or more in this game. Especially against the Bills, who aren't the best at protecting the quarterback. They're gonna double team Watt and everyone. So even if Watt's not able to get to the quarterback, it's gonna make it easier for other people to get to the quarterback. Now, Bills, 128.4 yards per game, 8th. 4.4 yards per carry, 13th. They're good at rushing the ball. 128.4 rushing yards per game, and 4.4 yards per carry. 8th in yards per game, and 13th in yards per carry. So what they are good at is rushing the ball, and like I said, that's makes sense considering that they do a lot of close games. So they either need to do like the 20 plus yards in order to get back in there, or they do rushing the ball to run the clock now and march down the field. And Singletary has been pretty good. 775 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5.1 yards per carry. 5.1 yards per carry. That's about half a first down. He gets the ball, he rushes halfway there, he gets the ball again, he's past the first down. And, well, Texans rush defense, not that good. Yards per game allowed, 25th. Yards per carry allowed, 27th. Quarterback rushing yards allowed, 26th. And as you saw, Allen for the Bills, the most touchdowns for any quarterback, and he has rushed for 510 yards. Also 4.7 yards per carry. Bills can rush the ball just like the Texans can rush the ball, but they could possibly rush the ball a little bit better. And our rush defense, just like the Bills, not the best one out there. Here's the thing though, when it comes to just like with our low sacks and our low quarterback pressures, we're getting J.J. Watt back. J.J. Watt ain't gonna let the running back rush past him, so there we go. J.J. Watt coming back is going to help fill in some of the weakness in the defense. It's not going to fix everything, but it's going to fill in some of the weakness, and it's going to fill it up just enough because our offense can break through that Bills defense. We're going to be able to break through. We're going to be able to get that running game down, and then we're going to be able to throw with the passing and everything. We have D Hop, we got Watson, and we should have Fells and Fuller and Stills. The Texans offense practically unstoppable when we have everyone on the field, and we're getting J.J. Watt back for the defense. Which J.J. Watt coming back will fill in some of that weakness. So Texans offense should be really. Texans offense will be able to. Texans offense will be able to break through the Bills defense, and the Bills offense, while our defense is also crappy, will fill up some of that weakness, and we should be able to make some key stops that's going to be needed. Hopefully get some sacks. Hopefully stop their running game short. Texans, this is our game. Texans should win this. Other factor is lights are on. Watson should always plays his best when the lights are on. And the other factor, this is a home game. This is our house. Okay. Hopefully Watson and Bill O'Brien learn from their mistake from last year. Bills. That's called a cat. Bills. We're the favorites for a reason. Houston Texans are going to win this game.